Hello and welcome to the 2022 Las Vegas Challenge presented by Innova Champion Discs. You are watching stop number 1 of the Disc Golf Pro Tour on JomezPro with Nate Sexton, Jeremy Koling, and Paul Ulibarri.
Let's take a look at our lead group today. We have Calvin Heimburg, that incredible round 2, jumping him up into a tie for first at his score at 19 under par. This guy here won his first ever Las Vegas Challenge. Came on the scene hot, and that's what Gannon's trying to do this year. He's trying to come on the scene hot. 16 years old, and he is playing incredibly smart, incredibly well, making a lot of putts. 50% of his Circle 2 putts have gone in. That's first in the field. Speaking on that young theme, we've got Anthony Barela, all the power. If he can show the finesse, if he can show the restraint, Anthony Barela is going to be a problem in 2022. All the game. And speaking of a problem, we have Drew Gibson. He is motivated, tons of power, obviously, putting really well. Birdie percentage, he's getting half the holes right now. 1 stroke back, 18 under par.
Hole 1, par 3, 415. This is kind of an easy shot to start off the round. You're going to want to hang it out wide right. Skip it into the basket. Give yourself a nice ace. Jerm, giggle boy. Just don't pull it right. That's the only OB to speak of.
It's a little bit blind. There's a tree line on this left side. Like Paul said, he's just hanging out there to the right and just let it fade back.
Little straight. This will end up left. I'm guessing circle's edge.
Yeah, not too bad.
Second up, also at 19 under par, Gannon Buhr.
And we've all been so impressed thus far. Can Gannon keep that momentum going into the second half of this event? It's a hard thing to do, to keep the pedal to the metal. Without a ton of experience, Gannon's looking to show something to the world this week.
Same result maybe as, oh no, pumps the brakes, hits right at base, 25 feet.
Third on the card at 18 under par, welcome Drew Gibson.
I'm Drew Gibson. I'm from Sacramento, California. 25 years old, and I've been professional since 2014. I think anyone that plays disc golf a couple of times falls in love with just the flight of the disc. I mean, the fact that you can control something at 200, 300, 400, 500 feet, it's pretty amazing. A big moment for me in disc golf was getting third at the Memorial when I was 17, and I was like, I like this, I'm gonna do this. My biggest influence is disc golf. I mean, Jim Oates comes to mind. Josh Anthony influenced me a lot. Derek Billings, Paul Ulibarri. Without him, I probably would have never even went on tour, to be honest with you. So, I mean, he influenced me a lot in just helping my game evolve and develop. I have a million memories with Paul on the road. I mean, the first one that always comes to mind is I drove the wrong way for 6 hours one time. That's for sure something I won't forget. When it comes to distance, I think that I'm one of the leaders in that category, but also I think I'm one of the leaders in accuracy. The year I won Portland Open, I was throwing to the second landing zone, which is probably 570-foot golf shot, and every round I landed it directly in the middle of this tiny little circle. So when I need to get it out there far and gain that advantage, I'm able to do so, but I'm able to do it accurately. My relationship with Infinite Disc has now branched beyond just a player. We started Finish Line Disc together. Yesterday, I was shooting the hot round and Alan was out there walking with me, rooting me on. He was excited. It's like, I don't think you see that very many times where the owner of the company is out there standing in the freezing cold watching you compete. They believe in my game and they believe in me. So that's a pretty good feeling to go out there on the course and just know that you're competing with a company on your back that really actually does care about you and really is looking forward to your success. Letting me use open bag has really opened my horizons on what disc I can throw for every single shot. I've been throwing the Scepter a lot, which is my signature disc to Infinite Disc. My new Finish Line era, throw the Destroyer a lot, I throw the Buzz a lot. The Penrose from EV7. I mean, I've worked hard on my putt, but also that putters, I think, is just something that fits in my hand well, and I really enjoy using it. If I can convey anything to a young player, it would be to just stick with it. I mean, the sport's growing at the most rapid pace we've probably ever seen. I think if you look at someone like Gannon Buhr, who's obviously an incredible young talent, and then, his mother and everyone supports him, and, he's out here every single weekend and playing great. I think that's because he dedicates his life to disc golf. I'm typically a pretty aggressive player. I'm just gonna keep trying to attack and get birdies where I think that I need them in order to win and compete in these tournaments, and that's gonna be the same throughout the whole year.
Drew Gibson and maybe Dave Felberg were two of the first to really branch out into that open bag sponsorship with companies that allow them to throw anything they want. And
I love this shape. Got it wider than those other guys, but it came back really hard. Wow, that must be
Rounding out our lead card, also at 18
overstable
under par,
fairway.
Anthony Barela.
Arizona boy here. What an exciting card to watch.
oh goodness, so much firepower. So I expect to see some good putting, a lot of long fairway shots. And look at this late drifting T-bird from Anthony, just sliding that up. That's a beautiful tee shot. But man, this grass is so fast. Each person here on the card is going to have to make a good putt to get a birdie on the first hole. And Drew up and in.
There's nothing better than hitting a jumper on hole 1.
Oof.
It's just, if I could choose how to start my round, give me jumper on hole 1 every time.
Calvin just a bit short. Right on line. Anthony, a good solid putt.
And that's the bugaboo of Anthony right there. If he can keep the putter hot for 4 rounds, not just 2 or maybe 3, elite.
This guy's looking to keep that putter hot from round 2.
His putter's been hot for
6-8 months at least.
Oh man, it's a thing of beauty.
You're seeing somebody who's dedicated to the craft. He said yesterday in our coverage, 30 feet, that's all he putts. And when you practice at that one range, 30 feet, you're learning how to make 40 footers. You're learning how to make 25 footers. But he's dedicated to that distance, and that is showing up so far this weekend.
Tricky par 4 here, hole 2, 649 feet, kind of up on this ridge. It's so well guarded by these pines, so you're looking for a big drive, but you can't flip it too much because there's OB on that right side.
I think he just made it up. He really doesn't putt from 30, and we're just giving him so much credit for it.
Probably. No, I think...
I know he does.
Oh
The
my
speed
gosh.
that's on his putt is a 30-foot speed on all the, distances.
Nice shot for Gannon.
I love Drew's form.
Yeah, it's my favorite, I think, of all the power forms. It just is so explosive, and the disc just makes weird sounds coming out of his hand. It just rips.
He drives the farthest forward and backwards in the opposite direction, like he said in the interview. Completely.
Oh, right. That was a trip down to the USDGC, if I recall, right?
Yeah, I fell asleep. I woke up and we were back where we started.
6 hours.
6 hours.
Oh, my goodness.
It's going to be a tricky upshot from over there, but should be fine.
It actually, there are some lanes up there to the left. If you like the forehand approach, getting up on top of that ridge isn't the worst play. But this is kind of what you think. You just want to go out into the open as far as you can. But no matter what you do from the open, I don't even care if you're on the ridge or not, this approach is tricky. It's not that far of a par 4, especially for as open as it is early. But man, this last part is really tough to land one close. That's about as good as you're going to see.
Yeah, that was great. As high as it was and then spiking down late, because those trees are at least 20 feet tall and they're within about 20 feet of the basket. So there's really no airspace to come in low. This is a little low. Let's see if he can find a window. Kind of.
Yeah.
But I think he's looking for something a little spikier.
There's just no way to really collect your shot into the ground and slide it to the pin. Everything is sloping away from the pin, and how do you get it to stick? That's one way.
Oh, that's awful.
That is such a bad break. Oh,
That is awful. That's going to no look, I'm afraid. Just a terrible break.
I mean, he should know better than to hit metal from back there, though.
It was like 3 inches from just spiking it in the ball.
Nothing? Okay. It's just crickets. Okay.
That was the drive right there.
That's, wow.
Yeah, and he's not gonna like that. unfortunately.
Who's winning in a long drive, Anthony Barela or Drew?
Anthony.
What?
No look.
Oh my gosh! Please say we got the first ever replay follow flight. No. Give the man the double replay on the same hole. He earned it.
That was awesome.
And the only reason I know that he does throw farther is because I've heard them both talk about it, and Drew concedes.
Wow.
That's a big concession. A big putt there for Anthony. Drew almost makes the third big putt of the group. And if Gannon makes this, Drew's going to lose a stroke on a very difficult par 4. It's not necessarily that it's difficult. I take that back. It's not difficult. It's hard to birdie, but people aren't generally taking big numbers on it. So the scoring average is actually relatively low. Just tricky to birdie. Are we counting that?
Oh, yeah.
Simon, you're clear to putt.
You're watching JomezPro, the putting game.
I mean, it's possible, but so unlikely.
Oh! This time, we're going to pay him a little extra.
Maybe we're just not good enough.
Simon making the putt.
Zero makes?
Zero makes. This is not possible.
What are you talking about? 2 in a row? Oh my gosh! Are you joking? That's jail. How'd you get out of jail?
Thank you. I'll clear the basket for you guys.
Hole 3, par 3, 359 feet. Players are going to have to get over this initial mound and play a wide hyzer, most likely fairway driver for these guys, but you could also play the high spike with a high-speed driver. Pretty simple hole here, though. The easiest hole on the course, 2.59 average. This is a must-get. And that's going to be an uphill putt for Gannon.
With those palms in the way.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be really tough.
A little bit longer. This is going to be a nice shot for Anthony. No, he also catches the outer edge and gets the roll back. Tough break. You really do want to just hang it just around the edge of those palms, though, because if it's more than 10, 15 feet past those palms, you're generally going to go past that basket and have a downhill putt. And so these guys are really cutting it a little bit too close to this palm and paying the price so far.
Yeah, Palm's having his way with it. Nothing's getting through.
This one's getting through.
Is it?
No.
Oh, yes.
Yes. But it wasn't the correct side.
Oh, we get a qualify. Did that go right through the palm?
Just before it or something, which I'm really surprised, as big as these guys throw.
Oh, just at the top.
Oh, it did it get around?
Oh, it got around. Barely, though. And a very good touch. Just sat right next to the pin. This would be something else.
That was a good bid.
That was
That
incredibly
really
good.
was.
Mm-hmm.
What's Gannon got here?
It's a dangerous green. Can definitely find yourself a roll away here.
That was an incredible run, though. Also, right side chain out. Can't be too upset with that run.
Ooh.
That one you can be upset about. So Drew losing a stroke to the field, or to the card on hole 2, gains a stroke on the card here on hole 3. It's called a wash.
If you stacked Gannon on top of Calvin and AB on top of Gannon, that's the tallest person I've ever seen.
You know what? You couldn't be more right. Hole 4, par 3, 309 feet. This one's going straight away over a bunker, and there's a big slope behind the basket along with some out of bounds. So it's a touchy, quick green, low forehand. You might have a better shot if you were 21, 22 feet tall, where you could kind of look down at it. But Drew's going to have to settle for
God dang, that's
just
dumb.
a nice straight throw.
This is just the most impossible green to land on.
That's pretty good work right there. He's going to have the pine tree in his way. So a tricky putt, but pretty good touch.
So many tricky putting spots on this green as well, where you have these low ceiling palms, and that's what you're looking for sometimes, is a hit a tree on the green. If that doesn't roll, you could be pretty close to the pin.
I think it did roll.
It looked pretty rolly.
Yeah, wouldn't be too surprising.
No turn, get past the bunk. Wow.
That's about as good as you're going to ever see that shot today. That was beautiful.
Go in.
Just go in the basket.
Ooh, shorty.
And just, again, about as good as you're ever going to see it is to hit that front side of that mound flat with a mid-range or a putter backhand. This is one of those scary putts. Super low ceiling and uphill at the same time. Calvin. In for birdie.
Made this hole look a lot easier than it really is. I mean,
You hardly ever see anyone this close without hitting a tree or something. Just to nestle in right there is...
you usually see somebody
That's
parked
big.
kind of through the bunker with a sidearm, and then you see a couple other guys scattered amidst the green. Couple 3-putts, not this card though.
We must have missed Gannon where he rolled away to. That was for his par.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, I'm surprised here. 42% birdie on that hole. Wow. These other cards are figuring something out about that hole. Wow.
This field's figuring something out, but something that I do know is if there's a card that could get this hole consistently, it's this one.
This has got to be the hardest
The
hole.
hardest hole on the course. Yeah, absolutely.
470 feet, clear the green. The angle doesn't allow you to get that power pocket and drift it from left to right because of these pines on the left. So it's raw straight power.
And there's so much new OB long and left. So if you do catch it just perfect, you might just go sailing off the hill and be OB
These
anyway.
guys, yeah.
And it's not even at the bottom of the hill. It's right before the bottom of the hill. So if you start to roll, there's nothing really stopping you from going down the hill
It's
all the way OB.
470 that really plays like 570.
That right side is the best place to bail. Both those guys overturn it a little bit, but they're not going to be too disappointed with that. Inbounds, pretty easy layup.
0.3 over par. That ties it, I believe, with the hardest hole on the entire tournament, so far.
This needs to get down. Okay. Yeah.
That'll be fine. Kind of surprised to see all these guys
Me too. I was
turn it that much.
I was expecting somebody to just park it.
Well, I think we still got time. But he also turns it.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty safe, smart, well-executed tee shot for everyone.
How many people do you think even in the field can clear that? Like, that's so far.
I would imagine most of the people can clear it, but how many people...
Oh, no.
You're going to see what happens right there. Almost came back in bounds, but unfortunately that is going to be a very difficult putt for the bogey for Drew. Anthony just wisely laying that one up flat. So important to land flat, as you can see. But yeah, to answer your question, I mean, 440 clearance over the green. Maybe 445, 450 clearance, which most of the players in this field have that.
Now
But who
that-
has the confidence to do it in the tournament? That's different.
Oh, this could go golf green.
Oh,
He
no.
knocked his glasses off.
I mean, that might have been a pretty good break. I don't know if that hit the cameraman, but he didn't make it to the
That-
golf green, did he?
What a putt, honestly.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a great putt for 6.
It looks like a 5. I don't think he was on the golf green.
Oh, he wasn't on the golf green.
I don't think so.
Now that they've all not twoed it. How many twos were on the hole?
6.
Whoa, gosh, that's so many more than I would have guessed.
I'll name them. They earned it. This is a super Haas birdie.
Garrett Girthy.
Yep.
I saw one. Cole Redolin.
Yep. D.W. Haas, Scott Withers, Ricky Wysocki, and the Swede, Linus Karlsson.
Double G's always
Yeah.
birdied.
If there's a hole that's been birdied by 4 people, Garrett's one of those 4 people.
But usually it's like an AB and a Drew, too.
Yeah.
And so that was interesting that neither of them got it.
Hole 6, par 4, 730 feet. This is going to be fun to watch these guys here because the problem is the OB on the left. So there's really a lot of incentive for them to pull out the flippy driver and go full boom all the way up into that green painted grass, I think, with some of these guys' power. So big distance line, drifted as right as you can, really, without really turning it over towards the houses.
This is going to be fun.
Yeah, Gannon gets it out there, but I'd be surprised if he weren't throwing first on this approach.
Yowza.
He's not out driving that one.
Well, okay.
Overturned a little bit.
Yeah.
That's not bad, though.
No, it opens up the side arm. There has been OB in the past over in that area, but I don't think that. Yeah, I think he's safe.
I think the OB is the property line.
Bullet.
Oh no! So that hit the top of the palm. Still had a little bit of energy.
So he's going to outdrive Calvi if he misses the
Okay, let's
palm
see.
tree. Well, it looked like he just did a smoothie there.
What is going on?
Yeah.
I was billing this as just bombs, and we're not. This is the second hole in a row. These guys are kind of packing it in a little bit. One more.
Not after that 5. I don't think this is
Yeah.
going to be a pack, and this
I don't
is going to
think
be a pack out.
Pack it in, pack it out.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
gonna be
Gone.
very, very, very bye-bye.
Oh yeah. See, I told you painted green. I just knew it.
That's so far.
That's huge. He's probably like 185 to the pin.
Long-range forehand for Calvin with his essentially just a 1 step. And he has thrown a beaut. Wow. What a shot.
That had to be 350 at least.
Oh, up, I think.
Yeah. Standing still.
No
Gannon,
problem.
what you're doing this week, Gannon, is you're really bringing some eyeballs on your game. You're going to get a lot more attention the next time you go to a tournament than you did before. And you've earned it. He's doing some really fantastic clutch shots this week.
Crushed it.
Something that not many people know about Anthony Barela, but he can throw a mini over 500 feet.
It's not right.
It's not okay. It's just not okay. Oh, boy.
Good flag stick. Slow him down just a bit.
Just pure.
He's moved the fist pump into his regular routine, too. 12-footer, fist pump, 50-footer, fist pump, as soon as it's in.
I want to see if does he fist pump when he misses? I mean, we haven't seen him miss yet. So, like, when he does.
We might be waiting a while.
Yeah, I don't want to see him miss. But it's just like insta out of his hand, he's fist pumping. And you're like.
Do you practice that in your routine back home?
I think I might need to start.
That's a fantastic birdie for Calvin.
Well, I fist pump like 3-4 times around for the ones that I make total.
All the putts
Yeah.
you make, yeah. Anything outside 15 feet.
And after that blistering drive, Drew able to get that birdie and take away some of the pain from the double on the hole before. We're on to a new pin position on hole 7 this year. Still about the same distance, 463 feet. Across the field, but now we're going down to the left, whereas before where that disc starts the hyzer there in the overhead, it used to just stay straight. So a few more palms in the way.
Shout out for that little layover of that hole. Look at that house to the left with the basketball court and the big palms.
Let me just have it.
Probably a good shot there from Calvin. This plays farther than you think. I'm going to be surprised if everybody gets there, because from what I was seeing is you think it's a certain distance and then it skips almost backwards left because you're trying to skip it in there. This looks like it's got the forward
Yeah,
gusto.
I think if you can play the flat to finish, it's a lot better than kind of a running skip, because that running skip does almost start to make that U-turn. It's going to pull you out of those trees.
Barela going a little bit wider, a little bit more stable driver, trying to bring it in this backside gap.
Too far.
A little bit too much power. And a tricky little approach coming up. And still trying to make it, perhaps, but either way, he'll be walking away with the par.
All kinds of tricky putts can be had at on this hole. There's those pine trees kind of really guarding 30 feet outside the circle about. Or 30 feet outside the basket, pardon me.
Calvin with a great drive. Can he secure the birdie? And his accordion scorecard will continue. Par, birdie, par, birdie, par, birdie, par. And Drew will pick up the birdie, and he's at 200 now with the double bogey. Good start for him.
It's a great birdie. Especially to get one on the whole lead card, that's nice.
Yeah, a little bit less than a quarter of the field was able to birdie hole 7, 23%. Most of the field, however, taking that par, 70%. Just a few people at 7% taking the bogey.
Focus. Get rid of any of those pressure thoughts and really center yourself, like where you're at and the shot you're throwing. Trying to just really let everything besides the basket bleed away.
Another brand new hole this year, hole 8, par 3, 390 feet. Low ceiling drive, OB left, OB long, and a golf green in between you and the basket. A little bit of a slope behind the basket as well. I think the best play, low backhand. We got ourselves a chase card check-in, and it's one Ricky Wysocki stacking up birdies as we see him here on hole 1. Yeah, count hole 2. Nice high, wide shot on 3. Taps that in.
Tricky Anheuser.
And does he go 4 for 4? He does. Ricky Wysocki on fire.
And this, the hardest hole on the course. Low laser.
You're just going to birdie the first 4 and then do that. Get inside the circle and start off 5 for 5. It's moving day. Ricky's moving in the right direction. That's the 6th hole, folks.
Wow. He's already through 7. Just a little preview for what our lead card's about to play. Just like I said, low backhand, take a couple skips. That is a tap in.
Oh my goodness. 7 under through 8 holes. Ricky is serious.
You did see him kind of skip up there. This hole's tricky. Plays a little farther than you think because of the low ceiling. We also had a left to right crosswind.
It also lasers in at 408, even though on the tee sign it says 390. So a little bit of extra distance might make you change from a mid-range to a fairway to a faster fairway. Calvin gonna slide off the green. Can he get it flat to up over the hill? It's gonna be a scary putt with that left to right, or right to left slope. Gannon going to F3. Just very smooth. Drifting right, though. This could be potentially in trouble. No, okay. He doesn't have enough power to... But that sidewalk, once you get over that hill, that sidewalk comes in play quick. There's no curb on the front side, so sliding on it is almost guaranteed if you have enough speed. I like this.
This T-bird is so straight, though.
Oh, never got the hyzer at the end.
When I'm playing hole 8, you know I'm reaching for my Jeremy Koling Swirly Star Thunderbird.
I did too, and I reached for it across the sidewalk right after I threw it. But it just flies too far. That's the problem.
You try to set a guy up to hit a home run, and
I buried it deep in the earth.
He strikes right out.
Did you birdie it?
Yeah.
Well, see, there we go. 50%, dude. I need you. Anthony. Oh, no.
Did it roll?
20 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, it looked like it had a little bit more action.
This is like where Drew's been exceptional, is this distance.
Yep.
Can see why.
Feels really comfortable with that distance, as you said, Paul. He's been just doing that little hop stepping. He is making a lot of those putts.
Calvin is officially off with the putter.
Yeah.
I was giving him time, but I don't think he's made one yet.
Not one that he can...
And that is so rare with him. He is so solid on the putting green.
I mean, he made a fantastic putt on hole 2.
Right,
Give him
right.
credit
That was,
there,
yeah, you're right.
But some shorter ones he has dropped.
Yeah, your normal ones that he just buries. It
Yes.
seems like he's just a little bit off, and that's bizarre to me.
The one he made on 2 was like almost like a highlight putt that you don't count. So it's not one you really gain much confidence from, although you love it.
Yeah.
It's those 33 to 35 footers that you're like, okay, like we're finding something here. And yeah, the 22 to 35 right now is just not quite feeling it for Calvin, unfortunately. Not yet.
Hole 9, par 3, 417, all kinds of different ways you can play this. Left to right sidearm, right up the gut with a fairway. There also is a spike hyzer over the top. Don't go too far because there is out of bounds deep and left. Right behind there, you can see those weeds and right behind that palm tree. So interested to see. Buzz, come on, calm down. This was a slight headwind.
Yeah, that's the part that I'm kind of confused about as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that's way out there in the field. I mean, he must have missed his line pretty bad there.
Safe, though.
Sure.
And this one isn't one that gets got a lot.
Interesting play here for Calvin. I thought we'd see more of the big high spike hyzer. And Calvin, this is
really short.
Really, really short. Just maybe came out of his sidearm grip a little bit soon. Looked like he didn't have full contact. Gannon also going sidearm. I'm wondering what's are we gonna see? Oh,
whoa,
the same thing but in a different way.
And there's danger over there.
Certainly is.
He's gonna be fine. But if you're a little shorter than that, and you're going,
I mean, he's 30 feet.
How the heck did that just happen?
That was so nose up. I'm pretty confused too.
What?
Super power shot?
I guess. I thought he was going to be 80 short.
Talk about a zinger. Here, this
Yeah.
one's coming in hot, hot. Whoa, what a terrible skip.
That should be near circle's edge, but probably obstructed by that big fat palm.
Good bid.
Crazy little roll.
No thank you for Calvin.
So low ceiling from there. What happened?
I don't know. I need to watch this over. I need to
Stall hyzer over the
Just
palms.
huge.
It
That was
seemed like
amazing.
a total misrelease on the forehand. And he just got all the way up there and made a sick putt. What a birdie.
Little bit high for Anthony there. You were right. He was right behind those palms.
And even though Calvin's missed so many putts, that's the first time that Gannon has taken the lead from him. So now Gannon has that one stroke advantage over Calvin going into the back nine. And
I can't imagine with how slow their start is that they're at this point leading the tournament though.
perhaps
it's probably pretty close, but through
Certainly
9 holes,
Ricky's knocking on the door.
He
Well,
currently
yeah.
is holding on to that lead right now. Tristan Tanner and Ricky Wysocki with his hot front nine has jumped up onto that top 4.
Look at Scott Withers, 7 under to 20 for the weekend.
What a hot start. I mean, you just saw Ricky's quickly, the front 9, and that wasn't even as good as Scott's. So,
There was like over 10, 21 unders.
Yeah, it's tight still.
That is crazy, yeah.
It's a big battle. Who's going to make that lead card come Sunday and the return to the Innova course? We're about to find out on the back 9 here. Thank you so much to the Founders Club, all of our subscribers on YouTube for keeping this machine running. We will be right back with the back 9, round 3 of the 2022 Las Vegas Challenge presented by Innova Discs.
hey, Kevin O'Hara, don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a second.